Okay, what we have here is a Westone Thunder 3 made in 1986, which is towards the end of the Westone Empire dynasty, shall we call it like that. Westone were making guitars from Matsumoto in Japan, early 80s until, I don't know, probably the 90s, something like that. They were known for mainly the Westone Thunder 1A bass and Thunder guitars. They were cheap, but they were exceedingly well made and did a superb job. So this particular bass, the Thunder 3, was the top of the range, at around about 525 quid in about 85, if I remember rightly. So let's just have a close look at it. So we've got solid ash wings with a maple and walnut multi-laminated through neck with an ebony fingerboard and snowflake inlays, going up to a headstock with an ash veneer on it. And if you look at the back of the neck, so the headstock's angled, and look at the stripes on that, all the way through. Beautifully carved heel, lovely shaped neck, and there is actually, you probably can't see it, but there is a small amount of flame on one of those maple bits. Okay, so the actual quality of the timbers and the way the timbers are put together and the joints and the carving and the sculpting is amazing. It's superb. So for a bass like this, in those days, for 525 quid, it was staggering, but there's more. Okay, so we have a huge amount of added electronics and what have you. Now, the original Thunder 3 had a pickup selector up here, it had a precision, and it had a jazz, and it had 3 toggle switches here. This one has got a pickup selector here, 2 toggle switches, and a push-pull on the volume pot, and then 2 tones. This is where it gets awkward. For some reason in the 80s, possibly because of the Stingray, possibly because of 1 or 2 other instruments like a Lembic and what have you, perhaps because of Stanley Clarke, there was a mad rush for clattery, pingy, twangy basses. And you could only really get that with active electronics, so Westone, wanting to get into that market, made this bass. So, she's phenomenally complicated to operate, but let's just go through it basically. Right, so, I think at the moment I have got the passives, the electrics off, so she's running passive, she's running this pickup here. Right, and I've got the tone, passive tone, wide open. Okay, so middle pickups, middle selection, so both pickups on together. Stiff from climbing last night. Okay, so now on the neck pickup. Right, okay, so back to the bridge. Wind the tone off. A bit of a Jacko honk going on there, which is nice. That's what we like. Right, so this push-pull. Right, Okay, so the push-pull, I think, puts the, when the two pickups are in together, puts the pickups either in parallel or in series, or flips between the two. It's got that big scoop sound, which makes me think that's that. Okay, so there's that one. Right, what the hell does this switch do? Fuck knows. Might be a coil tap for each of the pickups. And then the last one, the actives. Right, I think the actives are off at the moment because this pot has got a detent on it, which tends to imply it's a booster cut. And it's doing nothing at the moment. Flick this switch in, it does locks. So again, bridge pickup, obviously, is where I like to be. Massive volume boost. Huge amounts of bass. Go to the center detent. Right, get into that clangy 80s sound. Horrible. Absolutely disgusting. I'm not a slap player by any stretch of the imagination, but at the time, because of Stanley Clarke, because of what's his name from Kajagoogoo, whose name will come to me in a minute. He's actually quite a staggering bass player, but he used to do an awful lot of slap. This is all slightly pre-Mark King. But to me it's all piss, because really it's all in the fingers. And I've really never been into slap playing. It's a nice trick, and basically the good slap players are drummers on the fretboard. But apart from that, it's bollocks. As Jacko would say, it's the real deal. So for me, the sweet spot is bridge pickup, tone wide open, and everything else, forget it. Now, one other final thing about this bass. Inspired by the Alembic shape, possibly. Okay, so that means this top horn is very short and hangs above the 17th fret, 15th fret, which with a strap in its normal position on there puts the bass here, which means my fingers are now right over the top of the bridge and I can't reach F because it's so far away. So what I've done is I've made a little carbon extender piece that screws into where the old strap button used to be. So it now means the strap is hanging over the 12th fret, which pushes the body back across my body, which allows my right hand to fall where I want it to be, right over the pickup, and it makes reaching F reasonably comfortable. Thunder 3. I have gigged this an amount. I played in a Slade tribute band, and I use this bass mainly for that, because it looks a bit like a Gibson SG, which is what Jamie Lee was using most of the time, although that's probably a Dave Birch bass made to look like a Gibson SG. But so I use that one quite a lot for those gigs. It's a nice bass. She's quite heavy. I intend to use her quite a bit more in the future, I would think. She could do with a new set of strings. They're pretty bollocks. There you go. And Alison, if you're watching, hope you're okay, darling.